Part 18. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 171. After checking the attributes of Black Dragon G Mengli, Suchen took out the broken Divine Mirror Scepter. I don't know how many Super God level fusions it will take to repair this thing. It took him 10 Super God level fusions to repair the artifact Emperor's Boots. The Mirror Scepter is also an artifact, and it is estimated that it will be needed many times. Ding. Start Super God level fusion. The current minimum required number of Super God level fusions, 3 times. Do you want to continue integrating? It only takes 3 times. Suchen was delighted. It happened that he only had 3 Super God level fusions left. He decisively chose fusion at that moment. Ding. Consumed 3 times of Super God level fusion, fusion is in progress. Ding. Congratulations on getting the artifact God level Mirror Scepter *1. Mirror Scepter, Divine Power, 0. Level, God level. Function, can copy any object up to the God level, and obtain 100% of the attributes and skills of the copied object. Copying a God-level object requires consuming a corresponding amount of divine power. The more powerful a God-level object is, the more divine power it requires. Greater the number of copies, the more divine power is consumed. Copy objects below the God level no more than 10 times without consuming divine power. More than 10 times, each additional copy requires an additional 0.01 point of divine power. Copying the obtained image cannot use talents. Cooling time for each copy, 1 hour. Mirror existence time, 30 minutes. Description: the Forbidden Scepter created by the mage of the ancient Great Yan Empire thousands of years ago can copy a powerful mirror image with the same attributes and skills as the original body. If you can find the heart of divine power in the royal laboratory of the ancient Great Yan Empire and embed it into the scepter can automatically condense divine power. I really managed to fuse this artifact. Suchen was overjoyed. After seeing the attributes of this artifact, his eyes lit up. Compared with the previous artifact fragments, this complete artifact can replicate 100% of its attributes and skills. And it is below the God level. The copy object can be copied up to 10 times without consuming divine power. In other words, when encountering a demigod like the double-winged seraph, Suchen can directly use this mirror scepter to directly copy 10 times. Moreover, it also has the ability to the opponent has exactly the same attributes and skills. If it is to spawn monsters, Suchen can use this mirror scepter to copy 10 of himself, or 10 Black Dragon G Mengli. You know, the attributes of G Mengli now, but incredibly powerful. If 10 Black Dragons use the forbidden spell Fire Meteor from heaven at the same time, it will really be the end of the Sea of Fire. I just don't know if I can copy the 8 Desolations Dragon Knight without consuming divine power. Suchen suddenly thought of this. The main reason is that during the previous Super God level fusion process, mutations occurred. Although the 8 Desolations Dragon Knight has the potential of a god or demon, it is really hard to say whether it is a god-level object for the Mirror Scepter. It would be great if even the 8 Desolations Dragon Knight could be copied. At that moment, Suchen summoned him from the Dragon General's space. Immediately use the Mirror Scepter and point it at the 8 Desolate Dragon Knights. Buzz, buzz, buzz. I saw a series of 8 Desolate Dragon Knights, with the original body as the center, emerging from the secret room one after another. After checking 10 names in a row, the system prompt sounded in Suchen's mind. Ding. Copying again requires divine power. You do not have enough divine power to continue copying. Looking at the majestic Dragon Knight standing in the entire secret room, his energy and blood steaming like wolf smoke, Suchen's heart surged. The real Bawang Dragon Knight was a little stunned when he suddenly saw 10 Dragon Knights exactly like himself appearing around him. However, Out of 100% loyalty to Suchen, he still looked at his general with sincerity and admiration. Very good. Suchen was overjoyed as he looked at these powerful mirror images. With a thought in his mind, the 10 mirror images of the 8 Desolations Dragon Knights immediately raised their spears and stabbed the real body in the center murderously. Halfway through, they suddenly stopped. Stop. As for the real body of the 8 Desolations Dragon Knight, there was no expression fluctuation during this process. Even if Suchen killed him on the spot, he would not complain. This is the loyalty of never regret until death. With a wave of his hand, 10 people the mirror images are all dispersed into nothingness. In the future, when the 8 Desolations Dragon Knights are upgraded to a higher level and have more powerful attributes, then a team of mirror images will rush into the Judgment Army and activate Battle of the 8 Desolations. No matter how many Judgment Army there are, they probably won't be able to hold it. Put the Dragon Knight into the Dragon General's space. Suchen looked at the mirror scepter in his hand again. He noticed that at the end of the description, there was a sentence. If you can find the heart of divine power in the royal laboratory of the ancient Great Yan Empire and embed it into the scepter can automatically condense divine power. Great Yan Empire Royal Laboratory. Heart of power. Suchen frowned slightly. The royal laboratory seems to be in the ruins of the imperial city. But 80 to 9 times out of 10 have been destroyed. It is impossible for the 6 realms to allow such a laboratory that touches the taboos of the 6 realms to continue to exist in the world. I just don't know if the heart of divine power is still there. If he could find the heart of divine power, he would be able to copy even gods and demons. Think about yourself entering the abyss of heaven and meeting the opponent's main god, God General, or even the Demon King and Arhat. Directly copy images that are 10 times the size of themselves. The scene will be very exciting then. In addition, Suchen originally planned to combine Forbidden God Destruction and Destroy All Directions into a group God-destroying skill. However, the number of Super God level fusions has now been exhausted, and the skill Forbidden God Destruction belongs to the attribute skill of the weapon destroying the heavens. Unless a better replacement weapon can be found, Suchen doesn't plan to fuse it yet. Alright? It's time to level up. A wave of holy skills God descends to earth. Suchen took out 1,300 copies of Blood of Gods and Demons. The holy level skill God descends to earth is an upgradable skill. It requires the blood of gods and demons to improve. The current effect of a 10-fold increase in attributes has allowed him to shine on the battlefield. Divine power. I don't know how powerful it will be after the upgrade. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 172. Currently God Descends to Earth is level 1. Upgrading requires 100 copies of the Blood of Gods and Demons. I want to keep some Blood of Gods and Demons and fuse the essence of Gods and Demons to use it to improve my qualification star level. This time to upgrade the level of God Descends to Earth, just use 1000 copies first. Ding. Do you want to consume Blood of Gods and Demons *100 to increase the level of the holy skill God Descends to Earth? Yes. Ding. Your skill God Descends to Earth has been upgraded to level 2. Brainless improvement all the way. Ding. Your skill God Descends to Earth has been upgraded to level 3. Ding. Your skill God Descends to Earth has been upgraded to level 4. Ding. Your skill God Descends to Earth has been upgraded to level 10. Suchen looked at the current skill attributes. Skill, God Descends to Earth, can be upgraded. Grade, Holy Level, Red. Level, Level 10, Blood of Gods and Demons, 0/100. Player restrictions, Jun's landing immediately increases the size by 20 times after activation, and the health value *2000%, attack power 2000%, defense power 2000%, movement speed *2000%. Skill duration, 30 seconds. Cooling time 10 minutes. Including body size, other health, attack, defense, and movement speed have all increased from 10 times to 20 times. The skill duration has also been increased from the original 20 seconds to 30 seconds. Good. This skill level is great. Suchen's current health value is 37,090, attack 10,949, and defense 6,674. Once God Descends to Earth is activated, the health value soars to 740,000. The attack is increased to nearly 220,000. The defense is also more than 130,000. This attribute is better than that of level 30. The Bawang Dragon Knight and the Black Dragon G Mengli are several times more powerful. Getting more and more perverted. When I upgrade the skill to level 100, I alone will be able to resist gods and demons. Suchen thought happily. Correct. And that flash skill. He suddenly remembered this epic skill. Currently, it can only move 10 meters instantly. In a real battle between gods and demons, it is basically useless. The opponent's blow will hit 100 meters, 1,000 meters, or even 10,000 meters. 10 meters teleportation distance, there is no way to avoid it. Just get a few charge skill books, smash some more fusion points, and see if you can upgrade it to legendary level. Suchen searched on the trading platform for a while and scanned 100 copies of charge. Then start infinite fusion. Ding. The main fusion object flash and the auxiliary fusion object charge *100 have been selected. The minimum fusion points required for this fusion are 100,000. Do you want to continue the fusion? Suchen's current fusion points are more than 8 billion. With a wave of his hand, he smashed down 10 million. Ding. In the process of merging. Fusion successful. Your epic skill flash has been successfully upgraded to the holy level. Ding. Congratulations on successfully triggering a rare lucky event, holy level skill flash, and successfully upgraded to holy level advancement. The lucky gem has done great work again. He actually integrated a holy level advanced skill. Suchen quickly checked the skill attributes. Skills, flash. Level, saint level advanced, red. Career restrictions, none. Consumes 5 points of magic to instantly move 1000 meters in any unimpeded direction. Cooling time 3 seconds. I go. Directly increased from the original 10 meters to a full 1000 meters. This is awesome. A single teleportation scroll can only teleport 1000 meters. Now Suchen can move 1000 meters with just one skill. And it can be used infinitely. The cooldown time has also been reduced from the original 5 seconds to now 3 seconds. This skill is said to be a saint level advancement, but in fact it is infinitely close to a divine skill. It is a truly powerful and top-notch skill that can deal with gods and demons. Later, it will be upgraded to a real divine skill with super god level fusion. The teleportation distance is estimated to be even more abnormal. After doing this, Suchen was about to leave the city lord's mansion. Suddenly, a series of server-wide announcements came to him. Ding. Server-wide announcement. Player Junlin touches the 6 taboos and accelerates the game progress. Brand new plot, 100 cities battle is about to begin. On all maps in the server, especially unexplored map areas, there will be a possibility of the city founding order lord level boss appearing. After obtaining the city building order, players can build a city and compete for hegemony across the server. At the same time, various ultra-high degree of freedom gameplays such as vertical and horizontal connections between cities are now available. Players can explore on their own. The agent forces of the 6 realms are speeding up their full penetration into the divine continent. Players can form forces by building cities, and can join forces with the agent forces of the 6 realms to join forces or conduct hostile attacks, or they can remain neutral. The pet mount system is fully open. There are different mounts and pets distributed throughout the server. There are even powerful sub-dragon lairs and Yunzong City where the battle between gods and demons crashed. They are hidden in secret places in various places. Players are invited to explore on their own. Ding! Ocean trade is about to begin, and the new trade gameplay will greatly enhance players' ability to earn gold coins. At the same time, another powerful race in the Divine Continent, the Sea Clan, is about to appear, and will set off the Sea Clan invasion plot. The bloody storm is coming, please consider the location carefully when building a city. Brave adventurers, a larger world has been opened to you. Danger and opportunity coexist. Work hard to improve your strength and compete with all the races in the Divine Continent. It wasn't long before Suchen won the Dragon City battle. All players on the server are still immersed in the shock of the previous battle. Unexpectedly, so many new announcements suddenly came in not long after. 100 cities for hegemony, agent forces in 6 realms, pet mount system, ocean trade, sea tribe invasion. Seeing these announcements, even the slowest person will feel a sense of urgency that a storm is coming. The boss of King's Landing touched some taboo again and actually accelerated the progress of the game. 100 cities struggle, is this the game system city building order explosion? Hurry up and form a guild, maybe I can also get a city lord dang dang. It turns out that the Church of Light, which is so powerful, is just a medium-sized agent force of the God realm in the Divine Continent, and the same goes for the Dark Temple. I don't know how powerful the real forces of the 6 realms will be. King's Landing has touched the taboos of the 6 realms. Will it attract the forces of the 6 realms to pursue him? Oh my god, finally when the mount system is fully opened, civilian players like us can finally ride horses. Go to sea. Go to sea. If you do sea trade, you can make a lot of money. Whispering sound. You're still making a lot of money, haven't you heard that the High Tribe is about to invade? If you don't make any money, you have to feed the fish first. Dragon City is located on Broken Dream Island, surrounded by the sea. Is it possible? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 173. World Channel, online game built-in forum. Billions of players are enthusiastically discussing the server-wide announcement just now. Some game experts or analysts have even opened posts to analyze the pros and cons of the new plot and new system. More guilds sprung up like mushrooms after rain. Whether it is a 100-city struggle for hegemony or ocean trade, it is not something that one person can accomplish alone. Some large guilds have even begun to send people to all parts of the server to collect any relevant information about pet mounts and city building bosses. Even purchasing this information at great cost. Yun Feiyan, the leader of the Fire Phoenix Guild, Zunlong, the leader of the Galaxy Guild, and Half Awake Fox, the leader of the Jialan Temple. At this moment, an emergency discussion meeting was also held with Suchen. Inside Suchen's God of War Guild building. Zunlong first said solemnly. Whether it is a battle for hegemony in 100 cities or an invasion by the Sea Clan, it is a big challenge for us in Dragon City. He paused and continued. The increase in city building orders means that the European guilds that are hostile to us will also get the opportunity to build cities. In this way, their power will become more powerful, and they can even use it as capital to compete with the more powerful 6 realms agents. Collusion of forces. As for our Dragon City, which is located on Broken Dream Island surrounded by the sea, once the Sea Tribe starts to invade, our Dragon City will face a more dangerous situation than Jingtao City. If the other party is willing, unite with the Sea Clan and launch another war against our Dragon City. Big brother. Yun Feiyan suddenly interrupted Zunlong's words, closed her hair beside her ears and said. The younger sister feels that it is not a challenge. This time the game process is accelerated, it should be said to be an opportunity for us. After experiencing the war, Yoon Fei-yeon has become more heroic, and has become more confident in speaking and acting. She has begun to have a bit of the demeanor of a super guild boss in her previous life. Coupled with her original charming and beautiful face, she has become more and more confident. Her hair aroused the man's desire to conquer. She turned to look at Suchen and the others. The increase in city building orders means that we can also get more city building orders and build more cities. Dragon City is surrounded by the sea, isolated from the mainland, but not far from the mainland. It is the perfect harbor for the rise of maritime trade and free trade. Moreover, our Dragon City also has level 3 armored battleships that are far superior to ordinary players, self-adjusting rapid-fire artillery, and even rocket launchers. These things are what we rely on to dominate the sea and go global. As for the invasion of the Sea Tribe. Having said this, the half-awake fox smiled and answered. Just let them invade. If they can defeat the defenses of Dragon City, then I will pretend to be a level 999 god again. Guaranteed to scare the shit out of them. Everyone shook their heads and laughed. But thinking about the abnormal defense of Dragon City, even the Judgment Army and the Soul General Army could only remain silent in front of the city wall. Even if the Sea Clan is large in number, it cannot break the defense of Dragon City, and it can only become the enemy of everyone. Target. Zunlong nodded, agreeing with his little sister's words. Then, the three of them looked at Suchen. At their real backbone and decision-maker. Especially Yoon Fei-yeon. Looking at Suchen's beauty. Her eyes were unblinking. A little bit of emotion suddenly appeared, and it seemed that she didn't even notice it. Suchen reported a series of coordinate points. While the three of them were stunned, he continued. Those coordinates just now are Lay 11 War Lion Mammoth Chasing Cloud Dragon Vulture, the refresh area of Iron Winged Golden Eagle. You three guilds divide 1 point, and then occupy them all. As soon as Suchen finished speaking, the three of them opened their mouths in shock. They didn't know how Suchen knew the refresh coordinates of so many pet mounts. But when they came to their senses, they ignored their doubts and quickly listed all the coordinates that Suchen had just mentioned. Record it? Seriously, like a primary school student. Why? Brother Junlin, I just asked you what the coordinates were. You said it too quickly, and my sister didn't remember it at once. Yoon Fei-yeon glanced at Suchen with a mixture of anger and shame, and said eagerly. Thunder Rhinoceros, Mammoth, Cloud-Chasing Dragon Vulture, the names of these pet mounts are very cool when you hear them. They are definitely powerful mounts. If the three major guilds can get their refresh areas, they will definitely be able to form a powerful cavalry and air force in the future. Suchen said it again, and then continued. As for the city founding order, you don't have to worry. Defeating bosses and building cities is too troublesome. When they build the city, we can fight there one by one. If you don't surrender, then occupy. The future Dragon City is a royal city, an imperial city. A large number of main cities are needed to increase the level. Hearing Suchen's words, Yoon Fei-yeon and the other two people's eyes widened. They didn't expect that Suchen's ambition was so big. He actually wanted to rule all the player cities in the server with one person and one city. What he wanted was not separation, and division is not about occupying and snatching part of the city founding order. It is about taking all of them. If any other person had said such words, Yoon Fei-yeon and the other three would have scorned them. Only when it came from Suchen's mouth, it didn't matter at all. It's not funny. Because, he can really do it? Thinking of this, the three of them were ecstatic. If Dragon City can dominate the four directions and become an imperial city that suppresses the entire server, then their three guilds have the power to follow the dragon, and their strength and your status will also rise. In the past few days, you need to improve the strength of your guild as soon as possible and expand the number of guild members. In the future, there will be many cities that you need to defend. The current number of people is far from enough. Suchen finished explaining his plan to Yun Feiyan and the others. Before leaving Dragon City, he went to the Dragon Eagle nest again. He arranged 100 Dragon Eagles around Dragon City. The Battle of Dragon City, Darkness, one of the trump cards of the temple, the Frost Dragon, has never shown its face. Suchen always felt something strange in his heart. Anyway, he was prepared and did these things, and told Yun Feiyan and the other three some things. Then he left Dragon City and headed for Jingtao City. And picked up the goblin mysterious businessman Duobeo Tower Forest on the carriage. "Oh, dear brother, I knew you would definitely come." When Duobeo Pagoda Lin saw Suchen, he was extremely affectionate. Although the ruins of the imperial city are far away in Tianfeng Canyon, my nose has already smelled an increasingly strong smell of treasures and artifacts. Many people from the commercial principality have gone to Tianfeng Canyon, and even those despicable and despicable agents of the Six Realms have also sneaked in. They have many treasure hunting secrets. We need to speed it up. The treasures in the imperial city ruins are all mine. Ah no, they are all ours. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 174. Currently, Suchen is at the Imperial City ruins and has 3 related tasks. One is a special hidden mission that I received earlier from Shi Yi, the Lord of Jingtao City, clear the ghost generals of the Imperial City ruins. This is a large-scale regional ranking task. I believe there are other players or NPC forces who have received this mission. The person who ranks first in contribution will receive 3 additional goblin airships in addition to experience, gold coins, and other rewards. The other is the contract mission set by Duobeo Talon, the mysterious merchant of the goblin tribe, to protect the safety of Duobeo Talon and at the same time search for the artifacts in the ruins of the imperial city. On the surface, the treasure distribution of this contract task is 90% for Suchen and only 10% for Duobeo Pagoda Forest. But Duobeo Talon also left a backdoor at the end of the contract. If the treasure automatically recognizes its owner, it will belong to the recognized party, and the other party has no right to claim it. This is obviously Duobeo Talon's trick to monopolize the artifact and other treasures. But Suchen also has a way to deal with it. When the time comes, it depends on who can grab it better. The third one is Suchen's own goal. In the ruins of the Imperial City, find the legendary Heart of Divine Power that can automatically condense divine power. If you can obtain the royal laboratory of the ancient Great Yan Empire thousands of years ago, even if the destroyed laboratory can be fused and restored, you may be able to obtain some powerful gods and demon-level secrets. If you can join Longchen's engineering camp, it will be a great help. Tianfeng Canyon is located in the northwest of the commercial principality. After the two teleported to the nearest main city, they hired a carriage according to Duobeo Talon's request. Speeding towards the Tianfeng Canyon 100 kilometers away. Inside the carriage, Duobeo Talon mysteriously took out 2 masks from his arms. Passed one to Suchen. These 2 masks are treasures. Not only can you change your appearance, but you can also slightly adjust your body shape, voice, and breath. When you put it on, even if your mother is in front of you, she won't recognize you. Duobeo Talon showed off proudly while urging Suchen to put on the mask. The latter frowned slightly and looked at the mask. Mask of Deceit. Grade, Dark Gold. Occupational restrictions, none. Level requirement, Level 1. Function, after wearing it, the appearance, voice, breath and body shape can be adjusted. Description, a magical disguise mask. I heard that girls often wear it, and it also has a beautifying effect. This mask is actually light, as gentle as running water in the hand, yet it has no weight. Seeing that Suchen seemed a little reluctant to put it on, Duobeo Talon urged, "Don't you know your reputation outside? On the surface, what you fought back in Dragon City was the forces of the Church of Light and the Temple of Darkness. But in fact, the first shot is the first. If you are so out of touch, the agent forces of the six realms will not give you good things to eat. These guys are all the same, and they don't like the appearance of thorns in the divine continent to challenge them. I, Duobeo Talon, am not afraid of them, but the main purpose of our trip is to hunt for treasures. It is better to do less than to do more. Wear a disguise mask so that those guys will not notice us. Suchen raised his eyebrows slightly. He didn't expect Duobeo Talon to be so clear about his affairs. He shook his head and said, "It's useless to wear it. It has the mark of the Light Church. If you meet him, you will be recognized." Duobeo Talon's face was startled. After taking it out from his pocket for a long time, he took out a round tester and probed around Suchen. The disc-shaped tester immediately sounded a sharp alarm. Duobeo Talon took a breath. "Cool air. I said, brother, you are so awesome. You actually let the Church of Light place a level 20 mark, and you're still wandering around so heartlessly. With this mark, no matter where you are, the Church of Light will know it. Aren't you afraid of being assassinated by them? Or stole your dragon city while you were away?" The wisdom displayed by Duobeo Talon's words was obviously beyond the NP settings of ordinary games. Suchen was impressed. Duobeo Talon rummaged in his arms for a while. He took out a jade token and handed it over with some pain. "This jade metal can cover all kinds of marks below the god level, so it is a rare treasure. If it weren't for the sake of protecting me, I wouldn't be willing to give it to you." Suchen smiled and took it over. "Why? This jade pendant is lent to you, and you will have to pay it back later." Duobeo Talon said quickly. "Return. There is no such thing as returning the things in my hands." Suchen secretly smiled in his heart. He put the jade on, and sure enough, the feeling of being spied on disappeared immediately. "It seems like this guy has a lot of good things in him." Suchen looked at the other person up and down. Duobeo Talon was horrified by the sight, and he quickly hugged the treasure bag in his arms with a vigilant look on his face. The two put on disguise masks. Duobeo Talon still looks like a goblin, but looks younger. Suchen transformed into a cold and stern young man, with changes in height and aura. The game ID has also been chosen to be hidden. The carriage traveled for about 3 hours. Finally stopped next to a huge canyon. Ding! You discovered a new map, Tianfeng Canyon. Gain experience points, add 100. Tianfeng Canyon is a typical funnel-shaped canyon. The upper ravine is wide, and the widest point can reach dozens of kilometers. 3,000 meters below, the canyon becomes narrower and narrower, and the narrowest point is even only 2 meters. Continuing downward, the canyon widened again. It is said that this was a geographical wonder caused by the conflict between two powerful forces during the war between gods and demons thousands of years ago. Squeak! A 1-meter-long giant rock scorpion rushed towards Suchen and the two of them. Came over. Giant rock scorpion. Level, 25 HP. 5000. Attack, 450. Defense, 160. Skill, Poisonous Sting. Description, a unique species that lives in Tianfeng Canyon. It has a strong sense of territory. Once you find it attacking you, then it means you have intruded into their territory. Duobeo Talon screamed and hid behind Suchen. This guy inherited the weak body of the goblins, and his attributes were frighteningly low, let alone a level 25 giant rock scorpion. Even a level 15 underground dwarf could kill him with rocks. Suchen casually slashed. -1089. A terrifying damage of tens of thousands of people floated out from the head of the giant rock scorpion. Ding! You killed giant rock scorpion 1 and gained experience value 500, level up experience bonus. Ding! You've reached level 21. Get 21 free attribute points. Get the Dragon King Bloodline Ancestral Dragon Blessing to increase the upper limit of health by an additional 200 points. Suchen's experience value had already reached the full level 20. Now with 500 experience points, an upgraded white light immediately flashed on his body. Awesome bro. Suchen's crisp blow made Duobeo Talon's eyes light up. He excitedly pointed to the steep rock below and said, I know a treasure hunting path, but there are more monsters. Going down this path, there will be several epic treasure chests, there's even a legendary treasure chest. Hearing Duobeo Talon's words, Suchen's heart moved. This guy actually knows about the existence of the legendary treasure chest. Sure enough, he has a dog's nose. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 175. Go down the steep path. Suchen and the two encountered more and more giant rock scorpions. It only takes one move, fire dragon slash, or destroy all directions. No matter how many rock scorpions there are, they are just vegetables in front of him. Killed hundreds of giant rock scorpions along the way. Duobeo Talon finally found the first epic treasure chest. He pretended to be generous and gave the treasure box to Suchen. According to the contract, you, brother, will take 90% of the treasures obtained, while I, the Duobeo Pagoda Forest, will only take 10%. Therefore, this treasure chest belongs to you first. Duobeo Talon said as he slapped his skinny chest so hard that it made a bang bang sound. Don't worry, brother, if you cooperate with me, Duobeo Talon. Suchen accepted the epic treasure box with a smile, pretending not to notice the other party's intentions. The two continued to hunt for treasures. Along the way, relying on Duobeo Talon's talent of being able to smell the treasure, they actually found it within half an hour. 8 epic treasure chests were found. The two gradually descended more than 2,000 meters. The cracks in the entire canyon became narrower and narrower, and the terrain became more and more congested, etc. Duobeo Talon was lying on a protruding rock wall, sniffing hard. Suddenly, his green bean eyes suddenly opened up. Over there. Duobeo Talon pointed at a cliff opposite the crack and said excitedly. There is definitely a legendary treasure chest hidden. I can smell its wonderful smell. No. It's not just one taste, there's another one, hiss. Duobeo Talon suddenly took a breath of cold air. He stared at the cliff. A greedy light burst out from his eyes. He turned his green claws, and immediately there was an extra ring, which he quietly put on his hand. Duobeo Talon. The location of the legendary treasure chest he was referring to was exactly the same as the location of the treasure chest that Suchen knew in his previous life. The terrain here was narrow and cramped, and the black dragon's huge body could not stretch out at all. Below the cliff was an abyss of several thousand meters, and there was no place to draw strength. At that moment, he jumped forward, and when he approached the cliff, he immediately used the temporary suspension property of the Golden Wings cloak, and the person was immediately suspended in mid-air. Then he used the traction power of the traction ring to pull himself. Go to the cave entrance where the legendary treasure chest is. Reach out and touch it. Ding. You get legendary treasure chest *1. After getting the treasure chest, a small hollow about 1 foot square was left on the cliff. There seemed to be a round hole as thick as an arm hidden in the hollow, with a little red light coming out. Suchen pulled out the heavy sword Zutiendi, and with its sharpness, a sword pierced into the cliff. With the support of the heavy sword, he hung by the cliff. At the same time, he was about to reach in to explore. Suddenly a red light suddenly jumped out from the round hole. Duobeo Talon's excited voice came from behind. Haha, the treasure automatically recognizes its owner. It's mine. It was too late and soon. Suchen quickly grabbed the red light and threw it into the space backpack without looking at it. At the same time, because of the outward force of the red light, his whole body fell. Fall off a cliff. Ding. You get the holy treasure true injury fruit *1. Duobeo Pagoda Lin's excited shout suddenly stopped. He stared blankly at the place where Suchen fell, and then looked at the enhanced version of the ring of traction in his hand. My darling! Duobeo Pagoda Lin screamed and quickly climbed down the cliff. Suchen laughed and fell off the cliff. The wind roared in his ears. But he was not worried at all. After passing through the narrowest part of the canyon, the space below began to become more and more difficult. Coming bigger. When he was about to land, Suchen summoned his clone Ji Mengli, who immediately transformed into a 32-meter-long giant black dragon. He held the owner steadily. Only then did Suchen start to check what he had. True injury fruit. Grade, holy level. Occupational restrictions, none. Function, extract its juice and fuse it with the weapon to increase the weapon's true injury attribute. The higher the grade of the weapon and the higher the juice extraction concentration, the greater the percentage of real damage obtained. The real damage effect can be obtained up to 50% of the weapon's base attack value. Description: a magical fruit that absorbs the power of the true wounds from the battle between gods and demons thousands of years ago. It is a true holy object. I go. It can actually increase the real damage attribute of the weapon by 50%. Looking at the red fruit in his backpack, Suchen's eyes lit up. It can be used to fuse with the semi-artifact Emperor Zhu Tian. Thinking of this, Suchen suddenly paused. When fused with weapons, there is always the risk and inconvenience of dropping or weapon replacement. Then can this true injury fruit be directly fused with my skills, or directly with my Dragon King bloodline? In this way, maybe I can directly fuse my god level bloodline to the super god level. It can also add real damage attribute. Suchen's eyes became brighter and brighter. However, today's number of super god level fusions has been used up, and it is less than half an hour before it goes offline. I can try this idea tomorrow. It flew for thousands of meters. A deep cave appeared ahead. The entrance to the cave was shrouded in a layer of constantly surging yin qi, coating the rocks around the entrance with a thick layer of white frost, making it extremely cold. Suchen put away Black Dragon Ji Mengli. After only waiting for a while, Duobeo Talon chased down in a hurry. Baby! My darling! Duobeo Talon rushed over and grabbed Suchen's arm, saying with red eyes, quick, give me my baby back. It just automatically recognized its owner. It is mine. Choke. Suchen pulled out half of the heavy sword Zushan Emperor. The dazzling cold light shot into Duobeo Pagoda Lin's eyes. It immediately made him sober. Automatically recognize the owner? Then you call it and see if it will run out. Suchen said calmly. Ha, ha ha. Duobeo Talon let go of Suchen's arm and said with a stiff smile. No, it's just a holy fruit. Just treat it as a gift to Junlin brothers. I, Duobeo Talon, am sincere and generous, so I will not take this thing lightly. As he said this, he replaced the enhanced version of the ring of traction in his hand. This kid reacted too fast, I must change to the ring of giant power next time. Although the pulling distance is much shorter, the power is strong enough, and I must not give this guy a chance to snatch it. Duobeo Talon thought bitterly in his heart. Ahead is the entrance to the Imperial City ruins. I heard that the four major agent forces of the God Realm, the Ghost Realm, the Demon Realm, and the Demon Realm are also involved in this mission to clear out the Ghost Generals. The purpose is unknown. We have to speed up. Thinking that there were better treasures or even artifacts in the Imperial City ruins, Duobeo Pagoda Lin quickly adjusted his mentality and urged Suchen. The latter nodded and stepped into the cave entrance. Ding! You have entered the large area dungeon Imperial City ruins. Ding! A large number of ghost soldiers are coming towards you, please be ready for battle. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 176. Just entered the copy. The deathly grey cold air surged in all directions. A layer of frost instantly formed on the surface of the clothes. Ding. You are invaded by the yin qi of the Imperial City Ruins copy and receive negative buffs, movement speed minus 50%, attack speed minus 50, attack minus 20%, defense minus 20%. Ding. This negative buff is immune to the god-level Dragon Emperor bloodline. The copy of the Imperial City Ruins has a powerful negative status effect. If an ordinary player enters here, his combat power will be greatly reduced immediately. Unless he takes a light potion or a fire potion, facing the powerful ghost soldiers, the team will be wiped out. Suchen has the blood of the Dragon King and is not affected at all. Duobeo Talon drank several bottles of potion one after another and was still shaking from the cold. Little, careful. There are ghost soldiers. So many ghost soldiers. Duobeo Pagoda Lin reminded with a shiver. In front of him, countless ghost soldiers surrounded by cold and yin energy gathered together. They were dense and boundless. From 50 meters away from Suchen and the two of them, they spread for dozens of people. Kilometers away at the foot of the Imperial City. There are probably over 1 million of them. Imperial City Ghost Soldier. Level 30. HP, 15.000. Attack, 1000. Defense, 300. Skill, Yin Qi Soul Possession. Description, a terrifying unit transformed from huge Yin Qi. If the Yin Qi does not dissipate, the ghost soldiers in the Imperial City will never die. These ghost soldiers are apparently elite monsters. But its attributes are comparable to those of a mini-boss. The key is also to have two skills, Yin Qi and Soul Possession. Yin Qi skill is the same as the dungeon buff. Units attacked by ghost soldiers or attacking ghost soldiers will immediately be negatively affected by a 30% reduction in attack speed and movement speed. Soul Possession is even more terrifying. It directly occupies the body of an ordinary unit and controls him to attack. Similar to Banshee's Occupy skill. You know, if the player does not have special blood or buffs, there is a certain probability that these ghost soldiers will take over the body. This is too scary. Once occupied, it is basically declared out. Suchen has the Dragon King bloodline, which is the most supreme bloodline in the world. He is able to fight against gods and ghosts, but he is not afraid of the skills of ghost soldiers. But that's not the case with Duobeo Pagoda Forest. He belongs to a category of targets whose souls may be possessed by ghost soldiers. Fortunately, he had a lot of treasures, so Ding Ling Dang took out a lot of gadgets and slapped them on him. The whole body was immediately shrouded in a layer of yellow light, which seemed to be able to isolate the influence of the ghost soldier's skills. Wow, the movements of Suchen and the two caught the attention of the ghost soldiers. Thousands of ghost soldiers roared silently and charged towards them with rusty swords. Duobeo Talon screamed and hid behind Suchen. The latter was happy and unafraid, but was full of fighting spirit. He had the Dragon Cavalry Legion, and Long Ji Mengli's Fire Meteor from Heaven Forbidden spell. Such a large number of ghost soldiers in the Imperial City are a huge amount of experience and equipment for him. It's an excellent place for leveling up. Buzz. Suchen immediately created his clone Ji Mengli. Thousands of Dragon Knights were summoned from the Dragon General's space. The thick aura immediately pushed back all the Yin Qi within a kilometer of the surrounding area. Dragon Cavalry obeys the order. Charge. Suchen jumped up and climbed onto the 6-meter-tall Thunder Dragon King. He raised his sword Zushan Emperor and pointed it diagonally forward. Suddenly, 1,000 dragon riders, led by Suchen, formed a sagittal shape and headed toward millions of people. The ghost soldiers rushed over. G. Mengli transformed into a black dragon, flew high in the sky, and began to condense the terrifying fire elements. Boom! As soon as Suchen's dragon cavalry came into contact with the imperial city's ghost soldiers, it was like overwhelming them, destroying the densely packed ghosts. The soldiers were torn to pieces, smashed apart, and crushed into dust. Defending more than 1,000 dragon riders, these seemingly terrifying ghost soldiers of the imperial city could not break their defense at all. On the contrary, it was the dragon riders themselves that had the unique property of exorcising evil and suppressing evil. Exerting its own attack to the extreme, reaching 200% lethality. Coupled with the attack and defense buffs of Suchen's Dragon General Halo. One blow from the Dragon Rider is enough to kill an Imperial City Ghost Soldier instantly. As for the Imperial City, the Ghost Soldiers' Yin Qi and Soul Occupation skills have no effect on these Dragon Knights. Even the Thunder Dragon, because of its Dragon bloodline, is not afraid of the Ghost Soldier's soul possession. The Thunder Dragon's Thunder Strike is also a powerful skill for dealing with Yin Qi and ghosts. The fronts of thousands of Dragon Knights are like red-hot swords, piercing into the ice and snow. There are thousands of thunder and lightning falling around. Almost every minute in 1 second, countless ghost soldiers were killed. Ding! You killed Imperial City Ghost Soldier 1 and gained experience value 1000, leap level experience bonus. Get contribution value *1. Ding! Congratulations on getting your contribution points and successfully opening the Imperial City Ruins Dungeon Area Contribution Value Ranking List. For list details, please check in the taskbar. Ding! You killed Imperial City Ghost Soldier 1 and gained experience value 1000, leap level experience bonus. Get contribution value *1. Ding! You get the level 30 bronze equipment Ghost Soldier boots *1. Get 5 silver coins. Ding! You killed. There is a continuous sound of kill notifications in my mind. Suchen noticed the opening of the contribution ranking list. At that moment, he led the dragon cavalry and charged towards the place with the largest number of ghost soldiers in the Imperial City. While checking this list, ranking of contribution value of Imperial City Ruins. Number 1, Don't Lose the Emperor Guild, contribution value, 6.8 million, current area, outer city of Imperial City Ruins. Number 2, Beast Blood Boiling Guild, contribution value, 4.5 million, current area, outer city of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 3, Frenzy 4 Guild, contribution value, 3 million, current location, outer city of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 4, Sakura Ren Guild, contribution value, 2.9 million, current area, outer city of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 5, Famous Family Guild, contribution value, 54, current location, suburbs of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 55, God of War Guild, tribute value, 1680, current area, suburbs of the Imperial City Ruins. See this list. Suchen frowned slightly. Starting from the 5th place, all guilds are still fighting with the ghost soldiers of the Imperial City on the outskirts of the Imperial City Ruins. It is impossible for ordinary players to fight millions of ghost soldiers. It must have reached cooperation with the main city forces of the commercial principality. With the help of NPC, it was possible to earn tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of contribution points. But the contribution values and regions of number 1 to number 4 on the list are a bit strange. The contribution value of these 4 guilds not only far exceeds that of all other guilds. Moreover, they had already penetrated the wave of ghost soldiers on the outskirts of the Imperial City and entered the outer city area. Reminiscent of Duobeo Pagoda Lin's reminder, the agent forces of the 4 realms of gods, ghosts, demons, and demons have entered the ruins of the Imperial City. It seems that these four guilds must have united with these agency forces. At the same time, Sakura Purgatory, and our guild from the evil camp, actually appeared on the list again. You must know that they were defeated on the battlefield of the Battle of Dragon City. It seems that they have been involved in the mission Imperial City ruins for a long time, but they don't know how far it has progressed now. There may be a heart of divine power in the ruins of the Imperial City, and Suchen believes that these four major agent forces are also here for this thing. We must speed up. Heart of divine power must belong to him, Suchen. Belongs to Dragon City. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 177. Charge. 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 Thousands of dragon riders, led by Suchen, rushed straight towards the foot of the Imperial City. Like a sea wave, the ghost soldiers of the Imperial City opened their ferocious and stiff mouths and rushed towards them without fear of death. Some ghost soldiers even jumped up and tried to throw down the knight on the Thunder Dragon. Fortunately, even an ordinary Brontosaurus is 5 meters tall and weighs an astonishing 10 tons. 1,000 dragon riders are 1,000 heavy tanks. No matter how fiercely these Imperial City ghost soldiers attack, they only need to crush them all the way. For an ordinary player, Suchen's method of spawning monsters would be unimaginable. Even with the help of NPC forces in the main city of the commercial principality, they only dare to attack in small groups. Only those who are agents of the 6 realms and have legions as powerful as the Templars would dare to directly charge against the millions of ghost soldiers in the Imperial City. But it wasn't as easy as Suchen's dragon riders. Because even the dragon blood horse of the Judgment Army and the 2-headed bone dragon of the Soul General have no size. The big Brontosaurus packs a powerful punch. Just as 1,000 dragon riders rushed into the army of ghost soldiers in the Imperial City, the dull sky suddenly brightened with red light. A fireball hundreds of meters long, composed of countless flames, fell suddenly from the sky with a long tail flame. When it fell into the army of ghost soldiers, thousands of sparks instantly exploded, turning all the surrounding areas within a kilometer into a sea of fire. There were nearly 50,000 Imperial City ghost soldiers, and -1,800, continued burning damage began to appear above their heads. 10 seconds later, a large area of the densely packed Imperial City ghost soldiers was vacated. The dead land shrouded in yin energy was burned to white by the forbidden spell fire meteor from heaven by Black Dragon G. Mengli. The high temperature distorted the air, and smoke curled up everywhere. At the same time, a massive amount of experience was absorbed into the experience storage tank. The equipment, skill books, and game coins exploded by the ghost soldiers in the Imperial City were all swept away by the Black Dragon in the sky. There's 1 minute left before the game goes offline. The ground shook suddenly. 2 kilometers ahead, a huge and ferocious body emerged from the ground. Let out a thunderous roar. I saw a 100-meter-tall giant standing among the tide of ghost soldiers. Wearing ice armor and holding a 99-meter-long giant ice blade, the cold death aura rolled away like thick smoke. The giant looked majestic and glared at Suchen and shouted angrily. He Fang Xiao Xiao dares to break into our great Yan Imperial City. The game was offline for 10 seconds. Suchen only had time to see the opponent's ID, Lord-level boss, Imperial City Ghost General. He was immediately forced to quit the game. When he opened his eyes, it was already bright. With Nathan at the Imperial City ruins, the cold and groggy sky were very different. Suchen regained his consciousness for a moment, and then the passion of the passionate battle in the game was gone. Recalling the shout of the Ghost General of the Imperial City just now, Suchen was thoughtful in his heart. I just met this boss in the suburbs. It seems that the Ghost General of the Imperial City is not the ultimate boss of the Imperial City ruins. However, based on the angry roar of the 100-meter Ghost General just now, Suchen was basically certain that this guy should be a general who died in the Great Yan Imperial City thousands of years ago. Live as a hero, die as a ghost. Only a true general of the Great Yan Imperial City can shout out the words, "How dare you break into my Great Yan Imperial City," with great authority. However, the existence in the Imperial City ruins can actually create even Lord-level bosses. I don't know what its true strength will be. Enjoying Ex Machina's gentle service, Suchen ate breakfast and read the news. Morning news: a shocking Dark Horse incident occurred in the Dragon City War. Junlin powerfully kills the six-winged true god. Yuji should have known, tens of millions of troops were massacred. It will be difficult to wash away the name of the god of killing in King's Landing. News headlines: Level 3 armored battleships, rapid-fire artillery, vertical launch missiles, six-barreled Gatling. This is not a Dragon City war, this is the crushing of the times. The crushing of technology. The value of engineer players is expected to skyrocket. Major media outlets around the world were shocked by the outcome of the Dragon City War. Dragon City's powerful defense, as well as the terror of Suchen and Lonki, brought a new shock to the world. No one expected that only 10 days had passed since the game, and Suchen had already grown to this point. However, Suchen himself still felt that his strength was far from enough. There are only 20 days until the online game of God's Domain comes to reality. In 20 days, can I grow to the point where I can reach the abyss of heaven? The strength of the true God-level light battle angels sacrificed by the Red Archbishop is actually still greatly suppressed by the Divine Continent. If it were in the land of Tianyuan, where there was no influence of the rules of the Divine Continent, the six-winged bright battle angels would show far more than 10 times or 100 times more powerful than it is now. And arms of the battle angel level are just one of the main arms of the God realm. Heaven, Demon Realm, Ghost Realm, Demon Realm, and Paradise Realm also have such true God-level arms. Moreover, the number is even in the millions. Above the true God level, there is the general God level. Above the general God, there is the main God level. Above the main God, there are the demon kings, god kings, etc. that the emperor of the Great Yan Empire teased thousands of years ago. The master of the six realms. If he wanted to achieve the strength of the emperor of the Great Yan Empire to sweep across the six realms, Suchen didn't know how much time it would take and how many incredible opportunities he would get. In the news, except for yesterday's Dragon City battle. There are also news and discussions about the new game progress of the online game God's Domain. Latest news. A guild has discovered a Lord-level boss carrying the city founding order somewhere. It is expected that a second-player city will appear in a short period of time. Some experts pointed out that the new sea trade system will completely break the ultra-high exchange rate between game currency and real currency. The game currency is expected to depreciate significantly. Go to sea. Go to sea. Go to sea. Do you want to say goodbye to the boring tasks of leveling up and killing monsters? Let's invest in ocean trade together. Here you will realize your dream of making money every day and getting rich overnight. A large number of Bay Red Horse pet mounts were discovered in the Riding Principality Endless Grassland, triggering a large number of players to capture them. Many large guilds have announced that they will be stationed in the Endless Grassland, and fighting will be inevitable. Suchen also noticed an interesting post. I think I'm a big game V. If one day, the God's Domain online game replaces the real world, how will the course of human history change? As soon as this idea came out, it immediately attracted thousands of comments and speculations. It even attracted reports from mainstream media. The reason why this fantastic idea has such a big impact in a short period of time is that these days, more and more changes in reality have caused people to panic about the future. The changes in animals and plants have now reached a level that is difficult for governments to control. In another 10 days, bosses will appear all over the world. Levels of mutant animals and plants invaded. At that time, the real global panic began. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 178. Tuk tuk tuk. Just when Suchen was reading the news, there was a knock on the door. Hello. Is this Mr. Suchen Su's home? A pretty young woman in work uniform asked politely at the door. That's right, Mr. Su has been selected as the lucky guest for tomorrow's large-scale concert by the Queen of China at Chenghua Plaza. He will have the opportunity to sing with the Queen on the same stage. This is your invitation card. Ex Machina took the card doubtfully and turned to look at Suchen in the room. The latter raised his eyebrows slightly. He said to Ex Machina, she is not a liar. Take it over and take you to the concert tomorrow. Suchen said while tapping his fingers on the dining table and looking deeply at the bustling city outside the window. It's time to seize the secret again. After 9 reincarnations, Suchen would never miss this concert in every life. It's not about chasing stars, listening to music, or watching the excitement. But this concert will reveal a magical costume that can bridge reality and virtual games. In the previous life, Suchen relied on this magical outfit to become a strong man who dominated the game in the later stages of the game. 8 o'clock in the evening. The game is online. Roar. The appearance of the Lord-level boss Imperial City Ghost General. Immediately, tens of thousands of ghost soldiers within a kilometer surrounding it were shrouded in its halo. The attack and movement speed of the elite ghost soldiers, which were already powerful, increased sharply again. His whole body glowed with a strange red light, and he rushed towards Suchen's dragon rider. And this time, Suchen finally saw the attributes of Imperial City Ghost General. Imperial City Ghost General. Level 30, Lord Boss. Life, 8 million. Attack, 10,000. Defense, 500. Skill, I/Ghost General Halo Frozen World Resurrection of Ghost Soldiers. Description: the Ghost General of the Imperial City was originally the guard of the Imperial City of the Great Yan Empire thousands of years ago. For some reason, he was resurrected as a Ghost General by some powerful being. However, he still loyally guards outside the Imperial City and blocks any attempts to break through. Enemies entering the Imperial City. Compared to the level 100 Abyss Lord who issued the first city founding order in the entire server. The HP of the level 30 Imperial City Ghost General is obviously much lower, but it still has a terrifying 8 million HP. At the same time, the defense has also been increased to 500. Players with poor equipment cannot even break through the defense. At the same time, the Imperial City Ghost General also possesses the Frozen World skill that is comparable to a small forbidden spell. Can freeze all units within a kilometer range and continue to receive 0 points of freezing damage per second for 100 seconds. Resurrection of Ghost Soldiers. The skill is even more disgusting. One resurrection brings the rebirth of tens of thousands of Ghost Soldiers. For players who have joined forces in the main city, coping is extremely difficult. This is also the reason why so many guilds that have united the forces of the main city are now trapped on the outskirts of the Imperial City. The 100-meter-tall Imperial City Ghost General wearing ice armor, holding a 99-meter giant ice blade, strode towards Suchen. Tens of thousands of ghost soldiers shrouded in the ring within a kilometer range also followed closely. The dark wind in the dungeon became more and more violent, causing Black Dragon G Mengli to fly much slower in the sky. But the 1,000 dragon riders led by Suchen turned a blind eye to the howling wind around them. Especially the 8 Desolation Dragon Knight who was following Suchen closely, his energy and blood all over his body were like smoke, and no matter how strong the evil wind was, it was dispersed by the steam. The Dragoon front is unstoppable. The distance of 2 kilometers was quickly shortened as the two sides rushed towards each other. The distance between the two sides is 100 meters. The ghost soldiers whose attributes were blessed by the halo rushed fiercely, but they were crushed by the giant thunder dragon. Roar. The Lord-level boss Imperial City Ghost General roared, holding up the giant ice knife and slashing at Suchen. Anyone who breaks into the Imperial City will die. I/. The dragon knights on Suchen's side all raised their spears. United as one. Aha! 100-meter-long horse angrily slashed at the ghost general of the imperial city. And halfway, it collided with the ice slash of the imperial city ghost general. Chi! The giant ice blade was directly chopped into pieces by the 100-meter bloody horse trainer, and he continued to attack the ghost general without any suspense. Suchen dragon riders united as one can kill even gods. What do the skills of a mere lord-level boss count? The bloody match hits the ghost general of the imperial city. Minus 700,000. A super high damage value immediately floated above the latter's head. 8 million blood volume, only 990,000 left in an instant. People, will, become a city, great flame dragon rider. The angry attack of the imperial city ghost general suddenly stopped. Your Majesty, is this you, Your Majesty? The dead grey eyes of the imperial city ghost general suddenly regained a trace of clarity. Boom! The 100-meter-high imperial city ghost general, like pushing up a mountain of gold and toppling a jade pillar, suddenly knelt down towards Suchen. Imperial City Guard, Kui Yuan, kowtow to Your Majesty. I am wearing my armor and am unable to perform the ceremony properly. I hope Your Majesty will forgive me. The sudden scene surprised Suchen. He raised his left hand and clenched his fist. The thousands of rapidly charging dragon knights behind him immediately stopped advancing. The thousands of knights were like one person, giving orders and prohibitions. The surrounding ghost soldiers were restrained by the ghost generals of the imperial city. Each one was like a sculpture, standing still and motionless. Suchen looked at the imperial city ghost general half kneeling in front of him, was silent for a while, and said, I am not the emperor of the great Yan Empire. Your Majesty died 1,000 years ago. The imperial city ghost general raised his head, glanced at Suchen, and immediately lowered his head. The general will not be mistaken, you are His Majesty. He is the supreme of my great Yan Empire. Your Majesty has forgotten something, and he will never forget it. The imperial city ghost general's words made Suchen frown. Is it because of the Dragon King blood in me? Let the other party mistake him for the emperor of the great Yan Empire thousands of years ago. But how did a lord-level boss discover his Dragon King bloodline? You know, even the true god-level light war angel couldn't discover his true bloodline. Suchen was confused. He couldn't figure it out and stopped thinking about it. The other party mistook him for the emperor of the great Yan Empire. At that moment, he pointed at the millions of ghost soldiers around him and asked, then this battle is still going to be fought? The imperial city ghost general immediately lowered his head lower. A crime that will lead to death. If you collide with the holy chariot, you will inevitably be blamed for the death of all the generals. Boom, boom, boom. As the imperial city ghost general said these words, millions of ghost soldiers spread across a vast area of dozens of kilometers on the battlefield, suddenly disintegrating into ice shards all over the sky. At the same time, countless equipment, skill books, and game currency. A massive amount of experience points poured into the experience storage tank like a flood. The original experience value of nearly 1.8 billion has skyrocketed to 2.8 billion again. This hasn't stopped yet. Kui Yuan, the ghost general of the imperial city who was half kneeling in front of Suchen, actually also joined him. It suddenly collapsed into ice fragments all over the sky. Several items bursting with orange light were also exploded together. A series of system prompts sounded in Suchen's mind like crazy. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 179. Ding. You killed Imperial City Ghost Soldier 1 million and gained experience value 1 billion, level leap experience bonus. Obtain contribution value *million. Ding. Congratulations on successfully killing the Lord level boss Imperial City Ghost General and gaining experience points * 10 million, level leap experience bonus. Obtain contribution value * 1 million. Ding. Your ranking in the Imperial City Ruins contribution value ranking has changed, please check back in time. Ding. You get gold coins * 3000. Ding. You get legendary equipment, Ghost General Armor * 1. Ding. You get the legendary skill book, Frozen World 1. Ding. You get Imperial City Guard Kuiyuan's Mark 1. Ding. Congratulations on successfully clearing the Imperial City Outskirts level. The second level Imperial City Ruins Outer City has been opened for you. The 10-second countdown begins, please be ready for transmission. There was no time to check the contents of the backpack. Two beams of light instantly enveloped Suchen and Duobeo Pagoda Lin. Anyway, everything that exploded on the battlefield has been absorbed by the Black Girl Mengli. Suchen now brought 1,000 Dragon Knights into the Dragon General space. The clone G Mengli was also recalled. The 10-second countdown is over. Suchen and the confused Duobeo Talon immediately arrived at the south gate of the Imperial City. Duobeo Talon shook his head. My mind has not recovered from the shock just now. The scene of thousands of Dragon Knights crushing millions of ghost soldiers, and the scene of the Lord-level boss kneeling in front of Suchen, both deeply shook Duobeo Talon's heart. Even though he traveled around the mainland, he was well informed. But this is the first time I've seen someone like Suchen. This guy is so powerful and has such murderous intent. Is it a mistake for me to choose to cooperate with him? Duobeo Pagoda Lin was worried and thought uneasily. The Imperial City of the Great Yan Empire is the most majestic city in the world. Even if only the ruins of the South City Gate are left, the collapsed city wall is still more than 500 meters high. The city gate is even more. The whole city is made of ancient ores. It's just that I don't know what kind of horrific attack it has been. The entire city gate has been melted into one with the city walls on both sides. If you want to pass, you must enter the teleportation array below the city gate. And in the teleportation array next to him, Suchen unexpectedly saw another group of people, more than 3,000 in number. Looking at the IDs above the heads of some of the players, it was clear that they were members of the famous family guild. It's strange, the contribution value of this guild before was only over 500,000. Why did it arrive at the city gate so quickly? Suchen was confused and clicked on the contribution ranking list in the taskbar. Ranking of contribution value of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 1, Don't Lose the Emperor Guild, contribution value, 6.85 million, current area, outer city of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 2, Beast Blood Boiling Guild, contribution value, 4.55 million, current location, outer city of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 3, Frenzy 4 Guild contribution value, 304, current area, outer city of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 4, Sakura Ren Guild, contribution value, 293. Previous area, outer city of Imperial City Ruins. Number 5, God of War Association, 2.05 million, current area, the outskirts of the Imperial City Ruins. Number 6, Famous Family Guild, contribution value, 2.01 million, current location, the outskirts of the Imperial City Ruins. 7th. Because of the self-destruction of millions of ghost soldiers and Imperial City ghost generals, Suchen's contribution to the rankings instantly increased by 2 million, and now reaches 2.05 million. All of a sudden, it climbed from the original 55th place to the current 5th place. However, the contribution value of the Famous Family Guild has skyrocketed from more than 500,000 before to 2.01 million now, which is really weird. Could it be that they used some forbidden spell level trump card? Suchen was suspicious. The famous family guild also saw Suchen and the two of them. They were even more surprised than Suchen. "Boss, look. There are two people over there. A player, an NPC, what kind of weird combination is this? Can two people clear a level guarded by millions of ghost soldiers and lord-level bosses? Huh? Boss, look at the rankings. An anonymous guild pushed us from 5th place to 6th place, could it be them?" Suchen set the God of War guild on the ranking list to be visible only to himself and not to others. The leader of the famous guild, the popular man behind the scenes, stared at Suchen across from him for a while. He found that regardless of his body shape, the appearance and aura are all different from the famous King's Landing. The game ID has been hidden, and only level 1 can be seen. In the online game God's Domain, when did another big boss appear? Those who can pass through an army of millions of ghost soldiers and ghost generals are not ordinary people. His famous family also relied on 3 small forbidden curse scrolls obtained at great cost to barely pass the level. The celebrity behind the scenes couldn't tell Suchen's true identity, so he turned to look at an NPC general behind him and said respectfully, "General, you are the first city defending general of Emerald City. You command tens of thousands of elite soldiers in the city. You have been guarding the Emerald City for 30 years. I wonder if you can tell the details of those two people." The NPC leader frowned and looked at Suchen and Suchen. Suchen couldn't see anything. The Duobao Pagoda forest next to him made him sneer with disdain. "Humph, working with a wretched and despicable goblin, what is there to observe about such a person? He probably used the goblin bomb of the goblin clan. This kind of thing that can kill 1,000 enemies and damage himself by 800 can only be used by goblins who are as cheap as locusts." After hearing the NPC general's words, everyone from the famous family suddenly nodded. "It turned out to be a goblin bomb. I heard that this thing has a self-destruction rate of up to 0%, and it can kill as many enemies as you can by your own people. No wonder there are only 2 people left, it seems they were all killed. Damn, these 2 guys are here to make fun of you. Haha, then there is nothing to pay attention to. The monsters in the outer city of the Imperial City ruins are even more terrifying, so these 2 people will stop there. It must stop here. Look at that mad warrior, he is only level 21 now. I really don't know how he got promoted. The minimum level to enter the outer city is level 30. He can't even pass this teleportation array. The first batch of players who entered the God's Domain online game are now basically level 25 or above. For large guilds like the famous family, the main battle members are all above level 30. Suchen's current level 21 is really not good enough. The leader of the famous family guild, the celebrity behind the scenes, glanced at Suchen again, shook his head, and ignored him. While discussing with the NPC general how to spawn monsters in the outer city, he directed everyone to pass through the teleportation array. Suchen also started to enter. Teleportation array. He was immediately sent out by the light wave of the teleportation array. Ding. The minimum teleportation level of this teleportation array is level 30. Your level does not match. When the members of the famous family guild saw Suchen's embarrassment, they immediately burst into laughter. Stupid dick. Go back and practice for a few more grades before coming back. This guy is so stupid, how come he wasn't killed when he used the goblin bomb? Maybe the priest's last resurrection spell was used on him. Suchen frowned slightly when he heard the system prompt. Then start extracting experience points from the experience storage tank and enter the in situ level up mode. There are currently 2.8 billion experience stored in the experience storage tank. Reaching level 30 is just a matter of thinking. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 180. Ding. You've reached level 22. Get 21 free attribute points. Get the Dragon King Bloodline Ancestral Dragon Blessing to increase the upper limit of health by an additional 200 points. Ding! You have reached level 2. Get 21 free attribute points. Get the Dragon King Bloodline Ancestral Dragon Blessing to increase the upper limit of health by an additional 200 points. Ding! Waves of upgraded white light flashed across Suchen's body like crazy. Instantly attracted the attention of everyone present. Because Suchen chose to keep his game ID anonymous. So everyone could only see the level next to his name, which was soaring all the way. 21, 22, 23, 24.25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Buzz. With the 9th upgrade, the white light flashes. The level number above Suchen's head changed to 30. Ignoring the silent crowd around him, Suchen walked into the teleportation array calmly. Suddenly disappeared. Duobeo Talon shrugged and spread his hands to the dumbfounded members of the famous family. Then he also entered the teleportation array. This. Soar 9 levels in place. What kind of god level skill is it? Does he have a lot of experience stones on him? Depend on. I thought he was a stupid dick, but he turned out to be a rich man. Awesome. People even promoted to 9 levels, ignored us and left directly. This is the real boss. The man behind the scenes of the guild from a famous family also looked at the teleportation array in astonishment. The scene where Suchen had just reached the Biao level was really blinding. This made him have to put away the contempt in his heart and start to re-examine it. Suchen is this person. This guy must have come prepared. The ruins of the Imperial City are indeed crouching tiger, hidden dragon. If my famous family wants to get the secret treasure in the ruins, we must speed up and seize the opportunity. The inner city of the Imperial City ruins and the Imperial Garden. This was originally a forbidden royal area of the Great Yan Empire, and it was the most beautiful place in the Divine Continent. At this moment, there is only depression everywhere, with dead branches, broken trees, and ruins everywhere. A woman holding a red paper umbrella, wearing a gauze mask and bare feet, stood quietly on the shore of the lake. The lake had long since become stagnant, but the woman seemed to never be able to get enough of it, so she just stared at the lake quietly. Aha! A wisp of deathly grey yin qi suddenly rose behind the woman. Immediately transformed into a 10-meter tall Prince Ghost General. Although the figure of the Imperial Ghost General is 10 times smaller than that of the Lord-level Imperial City Ghost General on the outskirts of the Imperial City. But his aura was more than 10 times stronger. The strength has reached the demigod level. Far beyond the judgment of Shi Yi, the Lord of Jingtao City. However, such a powerful Ghost General was half kneeling on the ground. Lianda dared to step out in front of this woman and asked respectfully. Master, currently 6 forces have entered the outer city. Do you want to do it now? Not urgent. A voice as sweet as a silver bell came out from the woman's mouth in a leisurely manner. It takes more fresh blood to get that thing started. These people are not enough. Yes. Owner. The Imperial Ghost will turn into yin qi and dissipate. The woman with the red umbrella is still staring at the lake motionless. There is a trace of doubt in her beautiful eyebrows. Thousands of years of waiting, you will never abandon me, I will never leave you. Why do these words keep echoing in my heart? After thousands of years of waiting, who are you waiting for? Through the teleportation array. Suchen and Duobeo Talon arrived at the corner of the outer city wall. Probably the southeast corner of the Imperial City. Ahead are row upon row of tall buildings and wide roads. However, most of the high-rise buildings collapsed, and the roads were also cut into bottomless cracks by some kind of force. Cold energy billowed out from these cracks. Groups of ghost soldiers walked out of these yin auras. Even the Lord-level boss Imperial City Ghost General can often be seen here. There is even a trace of a more powerful and obscure aura, waving around. From far away, roars and sounds of fighting could be heard from time to time. Duobeo Pagoda Lin listened attentively, raised his nose and sniffed, and whispered. Brothers of King's Landing, I smell them. It's the pungent smell of the Church of Light, the Temple of Darkness, the Jade Dragon Temple and the Solomon religion. They were already here. Let's speed up quickly, we can't let them snatch our treasure away. Duobeo Pagoda Lin jumped on his feet and urged, pointing to the northwest and said eagerly. There. There is a royal Danka ruins there. It smells like the remaining precious medicine. Treasure medicine. Treasure medicine. The ones that can be retained until now are at least legendary treasures. We need to get it. Get it now. When Duobeo Pagoda Lin encountered the treasure, his greedy nature was completely exposed. The whole person became excited. Suchen summoned 1,000 dragon knights from the dragon general's space. Let the 8 wild dragon knights lead the dragon knights to advance to the northwest. He himself rode the Thunder Dragon King and began to check the items he had brushed before. He stopped looking at the gold coins and so on. For him now, money is the easiest thing to make in the world. The elite ghost soldiers exploded. He picked out some of the hundreds of thousands of level 30 bronze equipment and ordinary skill books. Others were broken down into fusion points. In an instant, another 30 million fusion points arrived. The current total fusion points have reached 8.1 billion. What he focused on were the 3 items revealed by the Imperial City Ghost General. They were a legendary equipment, a legendary skill book, and a mark. Suchen first looked at the legendary equipment in his hand. Ghost General Armor. Level, Legend, Orange. Occupational restrictions, Shield Fighting, Mad Fighting. Level requirements, Level 30. Defense, 1000. Additional attributes, Health add 500, Constitution add 15, Strength add 15, Agility add 15, Ice Armor, Passive, enemy attacks will be affected by negative buffs of -50% attack speed and -50% movement speed. Description: thousands of years ago, the battle armor of Kui Yuan, the defender of the imperial city of the Great Yan Empire, was refined with yin qi and possessed magical powers. Attributes: not bad. Being attacked can reduce the attack speed and movement speed of enemy units. In addition, the defense has been increased by a full 1,000 points, and the health value can be increased by a total of 650 points. Suchen immediately put on this legendary equipment and replaced it with the gold level purple scale armor. The attributes immediately increased sharply. Then he looked at the legendary skill book.